What is going on, guys? I am the Toxic Penguin, back once again with another Phasmophobia video for you all. Today, instead of a usual gameplay video, this is going to be like a guide or tutorial, and the topic we're going to go on about today is the different types of evidence required to find a ghost. Hopefully this video will help some of you out there, so let's roll on into it. Before we get into it, I should mention that I currently stream over on Twitch 3 to 4 times a week, currently playing so much Phasmophobia at the moment. I absolutely love this game. So if you want to check out more content, the link to my channel, as always, will be in the description. Currently, there are 6 types of evidence in the game. They are EMF level 5, Spirit Box, Fingerprints, Ghost Orbs, Ghost Writing, and Freezing Temperatures. A player or group only needs to discover 3 of the 6 types of evidence to correctly identify what ghost is haunting the structure you're in. Let's get into the different types of evidence. EMF level 5 is one of the easiest pieces of evidence to identify. All you have to do is get a reading of 5 on the EMF reader, that being when all 5 lights are illuminated. The way an EMF reader works is that each EMF reading indicates a particular emission rather than how aggressive a ghost may be. One of the misconceptions with an EMF reader is that when you get a level of 5, when that's indicated, people think that it means the ghost is very aggressive, when this necessarily isn't always the case. Each emission can be detected for 20 seconds before it disappears. So a reading that is level 1 is the idle reading, where no paranormal activity has been detected. Level 2 indicates an interaction, and interactions include things such as opening a door, turning on or off a light, turning on the car alarm, answering a question on the Ouija board, or interacts with a device such as a radio or a phone. Level 3 indicates when it throws something around, such as when it might pick up a book or a candle and throw it on the floor. Level 4 indicates an appearance, so whether that's a random ghost event, when the ghost actually appears in front of you in a physical form, or when a hunt is in progress. If the ghost has the EMF level 5 trait, then there's a 25% chance that any of these emissions will show up as level 5 rather than the standard level. This doesn't mean that it's any more aggressive than it usually would be, it's just showing up that, hey, I'm a level 5 ghost, here's a piece of evidence. So for example, if the ghost was to throw a book around a room, where it usually is level 3, if it has this trait, there's a 25% chance that it will show up as a level 5 reading instead of a level 3. So Spirit Box is one of the more simpler pieces of evidence to find, and it can be found with relative ease. To mark off this piece of evidence, firstly you need to turn on the Spirit Box inside the ghost's favourite room. Using local chat, it may respond to questions you ask it if it detects it as a valid question, as there's only certain questions you can ask it that it actually can register an answer to. It should be noted that if a ghost only responds to people who are alone, which you can check on the whiteboard, it's either responds to people who are alone or to everyone. If it's a ghost that wants to be alone, then having anyone else in the room or close to the room will cause no response, even if Spirit Box is one of its evidence. There are 4 types of questions to ask. They are difficulty, location, age, and personal. Difficulty questions are questions such as, what do you want? Are you angry? And shall we leave? Location questions are questions such as, where are you? Are you here? And give us a sign. Age questions are questions such as, how old are you? And are you old? Personal questions are questions such as, are you male or female? What is your name? And even, are you single? It actually does respond to, are you single? It should be noted though, if you get any responses such as attack, death, or kill, it may indicate that the ghost wants to hunt you soon, so be careful. Where are you? Oh, I think we have a banshee. No, we don't have a banshee. Fingerprints are one of the easiest to find pieces of evidence. If the ghost type has fingerprints as one of its possible evidence types, it will leave a handprint on doors and windows it interacts with, as well as on light switches when it flickers the lights on, off, or both. These can only be seen using UV light or a glow stick. Taking a photo of these with a camera will award you extra money at the end of the game. It should be noted though that fingerprints and handprints do not always initially show up, but if the ghost type does have fingerprints, they will appear sooner rather than later. Ghost orbs are one of the harder pieces of evidence to find. Ghost orbs are small little yellow orbs that float around in the ghost's favourite room, and they can only be seen on the monitor in the van while using a video camera with night vision turned on. You can use a video camera or you can use a head-mounted camera, but it is a lot easier to spot using a video camera. To spot the ghost orbs, first you need to determine which room is the ghost's favourite. Once you've figured out which room this is, you need to bring in a video camera. You may place it on a tripod if you wish, assuming you brought one in as it isn't part of your starter equipment. Place the camera in the room and make sure it is turned on, indicated by a green light on the back of the camera instead of a red one. Once the camera is placed, return to the van and switch to the camera on the monitor, ensuring that the light is off in the room before you leave. Ghost orbs are particularly hard to find due to how easy it is to actually miss them. They are very small and can travel quite quickly across the screen and for a short duration, so you really need to be alert and paying attention when looking for them. They are also particularly hard to find in very small rooms, such as the main bathroom on Tanglewood Street just inside the entrance to the house, or in very large areas such as the basketball court on the high school, or any of the hallways on a map like the asylum or the high school. If you don't see any initially, this does not mean that ghost orbs are not there. It just means you might not have the right angle, as they can be pretty particular on what part of the room or area they spawn in. Feel free to either reposition the camera in the room or area, or you can bring in another camera from the van if you did bring in extras. Ghost writing can be annoying at times to get, simple in concept, but it has an RNG element, which is the annoying part. To get this piece of evidence, you need to have the ghost write in the ghost writing book by putting the book in the ghost's favourite room. The annoying part of this is the RNG aspect. By default, there is a 5 in 12 chance that the ghost will do a random interaction. These interactions include opening or closing a door, flickering a light, throwing an object around, or anything else of this nature. This also includes writing in the book. This means that you can get it as soon as you put the book in there, or it might take several minutes. From what I have seen though, if it moves the book around the same way that it can move other objects around, it is likely that ghost writing is not a piece of evidence. I'm yet to confirm this, but I can say with 99% certainty is a better word, that if it moves the book around without writing in it, it probably won't have ghost writing. Freezing temperatures is one of the most straightforward pieces of evidence to find. Where most ghosts make their favourite room colder, to below 10 degrees Celsius, freezing temperatures will make it go below 0 degrees. There are two ways to figure this out. First is seeing your own breath, and the second is by the use of a thermometer. When the temperatures reach below 0 degrees, you'll be able to see your own breath periodically when in the room, and you'll leave a very brief fog trail behind you in whatever direction you moved, which is your cold breath. This makes freezing temperatures the only evidence you can find without the use of any items or devices. The second way to determine freezing temperatures is through the use of a thermometer. Temperatures below 10 degrees indicate that the room is the ghost's favourite. Any negative readings will indicate freezing temperatures. It should be noted that the thermometers have a leeway of 2 degrees either side of the area's true temperature. So if a room's true temperature is 5 degrees, the thermometer will show anything between 3 degrees and 7 degrees. This also means that if the thermometer gives a reading of under 2 degrees, this is a very strong indication that the room may go into freezing temperatures. There are a couple of tips I have for my time playing regarding evidence. The first of these is more aimed for solo games, not that it can be discounted from co-op games, but it definitely holds more value when playing solo, and that would be to be very selective in the order you bring in items and tools to find evidence. Assuming a flashlight is always one of your items, that leaves 2 slots to bring things in. For the first trip at the start of the game, I would highly recommend the thermometer as one of them, then either the EMF reader, spirit box, or maybe something like the motion sensor if you have the objective that the ghost needs to trigger a motion sensor. The thermometer makes it so much easier to locate the ghost room, possibly giving an early indication of freezing temperatures as well. The EMF and spirit box can help tick off one of the 2 easily straightforward pieces of evidence to get, particularly the spirit box, as you don't have to worry about trying to talk to it later on when your sanity is lower. From then on in, I suggest bringing in items that make sense. This means, for an example, not to bring in a UV light in your second trip to check for fingerprints if the ghost hasn't interacted with any doors or lights, because then there's no fingerprints to find. You're better off bringing in something like the ghost writing book. The second tip I have, as simple as it actually sounds, is to try and figure out your first 2 pieces of evidence as quickly as you can to make the third so much easier to figure out. An example of what I mean is, say you've already got an EMF level 5 and freezing temperatures. This means that the ghost can only be a phantom or a banshee. Knowing this, you just have to figure out the ghost's third piece of evidence, which is ghost orbs or fingerprints respectively. Knowing this, it would be pointless to bring in the ghost writing book to try and get it to write something in it, as neither the phantom or the banshee has the ghost writing book as one of its evidence types, so you'll never get it to write anything in it. I really hope this video has helped some of you out there have a better understanding of the pieces of evidence in the game. The game actually does a pretty decent enough job in the training level on explaining the different types of evidence and what to look for and all that, but I feel like there are some things on the more technical side of things that people can find a bit lacking. So I really hope this video has helped. If you did enjoy the video and it did help you, feel free to drop a like. Let me know in the comments if there are any other aspects or game elements you want me to go over. If you want to see more content, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel or go check out my Twitch. As I said earlier, I stream 3 to 4 times a week, currently playing a ton of Phasmophobia, so I'm happy to answer any questions you have over there as well. And until next time, peace out.